Okay, hi and welcome to part 2 of the parts tutorial. Dave's had a well-earned rest. You're ready to go for part 2?
Absolutely.
I think we've broken the back of it, is what you said in the interlude.
Well, what I said is I think I've broken my back, but it's
Okay.
close enough for jazz. Here we go. Right, we have indeed broken the back of the parts request element of this, but there are just a couple of things that I want to talk about before we put the parts request to bed. So the first thing we're going to do is add another item. So as before, we're just going to stick in our well-trusted parts wildcard search. Oh, let's try without the ampersand on the front. I missed the % key. That's better. Search. Right, so which one shall we add this time? Oh, yes, that's the point. While we're down here, I said I'd mention about the stock quantity field column on the right-hand side here. You notice it's showing two numbers separated by a slash. The first number is how many of this item we have in our stock. So that's
Ours is in after sales
after
or
sales,
shop
exactly.
or sales.
Yes, our department's stock.
Yeah.
So I'm in after sales, so it's saying I've got one of this particular part, I've got 6 of this particular part in my after sales department stock. The second number is how many we've got in stock through all the different departments. So we've got 10 in total of this particular item, of which 6 are in the after sales stock department, which means that 10 are in somebody else's body shop or retail or whatever.
In logistic terms, they will be in the same place, but what I think Dave is getting at is who essentially owns the part, who has ownership of that part, which department.
Exactly.
Albeit it will be within the business, but it may be that if it's held within this, let's say a part is held within the sales department and you are the after sales, they already might have a use for it. So although the company has one in a different department, you can't use it. So that's what the idea of that is. But at least that allows you to see, does anyone else have one that you can possibly rob, borrow, whatever else?
Say borrow or steal, indeed. Yep, absolutely. So let's choose one. Let's say this another test part here. So we're going to choose that. We're going to add it to one of those. I'm not going to put a supplier in. I'm going to say it's fitted and it's a service part again. Add item. Okay, so now we can see here on this list here, we've got not specified because I haven't yet given it a supplier. So until I get a supplier, put a supplier on there, obviously I can't order it. To specify a supplier, I simply click on that and then choose a supplier. So we'll say comfy seats and then fill in the rest of the information as I want to. Save changes. Okay, so that's now got the supplier next to it. You can see up until the point I order it, I can change the supplier, again by clicking on the supplier name. When I'm happy with that, then I can just order it. So you don't have to have a supplier when you first put it on the system, but you can't order it until you specify a supplier, basically.
Yeah.
That was that. Let's just have a look at my list. That's that. Yep, okay. Searching. If we want to search through the parts requests, as with the customer and the vehicle, we've got a little magnifying glass up there, and now I can search via various criteria. I can search on our purchase order number. I will add another one in that, which is the supplier's purchase order. Supplier's order number that we were talking about before, which isn't on the system yet, but will be shortly. We can search for all the parts requests relating to a particular customer or vehicle. We can search for all the parts requests relating to a particular supplier. We can search for the parts requests that contain a particular part. The parts requests that relate to a particular AdCare job, or my orders, which are simply the orders, the parts requests that I've raised myself. Okay, so just to illustrate that, if I type in me again and do customer vehicle and search, it will show you all of the parts requests that are for David Smith as a customer. So that's
just one thing off point. The labels we talked about, roughly how big are they? Are they as big as they were on the screen? So
about the size you saw on the screen.
Oh, that's useful. Yeah, okay. So did you guys see that?
It's me,
it's that big.
Me doing my finger bit again.
So 3 inches by
about 3 inches by about 2 inches.
Okay, super job. That's the end of part 2.
Charge me enough.